On our last episode, we played more board games for PlayStation Mobile this time. I did finally get the thing installed on the actual Vita, so hopefully next time we will actually get something running on Vita through PlayStation Mobile. So in our last episode, we were looking at ways to fix the problem with... Do I have this on the right speaker this time? I do. Good. So we have the game, we have this thing going on. We fixed some problems in mobile, namely we made it so 4x3 you can see all the menu stuff just fine without anything being cut off. So if we go to title screen, you'll see that stuff is not cut off. And what we additionally did was made it so that things aren't in portrait, things stay in landscape on mobile devices. We focused on mobile devices on the last episode. So we also ran into some problems on mobile. Namely, the fog stuff was not working, and we found some of the inconsistencies there were related to how far apart we have our vertices on the ground. So we may have to either change the shader to see how it behaves, or change some parameters on the ground so that it works the way we expect it to. What we're going to be doing today is actually getting organized. So we're going to be doing some programming and stuff too, but let's first get organized. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to asana.com. Actually, I'm going to log out first. And I'm going to now go to asana.com. Asana sometimes likes to log in using your Google credentials, so I just wanted to make sure that wasn't happening there. So I'm going to go ahead and, instead of sign up using Google, I'm going to use main at makeagamenow.com. Get started. Click the verification link in the confirmation email sent. Alright, so we will now log into Gmail. Go to our appropriate thingy. And complete the Asana sign up. Click the verification link. I think that's what this is. Complete sign up. And we're done. So now it is logging us into Asana. Asana is I like it because it's really fast task management system that allows you to stay organized in a group. I'm not going to watch the getting started video, though I do recommend that you watch the getting started video. So we're going to call myself Maximilian, full name, Moreau, put in a password, and does this thing have the ability to just add magic photos? No, I'm just going to leave mine blank. You're the first person to set up an Asana organization with this email domain. Does your company own makeagamenow.com? Yes. Everyone at makeagamenow.com address works at my company. I'm actually going to say personal email in case we want to bring people in or something, and we're not going to bring in any teams. And what's my team called? Make a Game Now. Alright. So, create the first project for your team. So we're going to call this, oh, wow, this is new. I'm going to go with blank project. Yeah, let's just go with blank project. And we're going to call this project Make a Game Now, or maybe we should call it by its working title. No, we'll just call it Make a Game Now. We can change it again later. So the way this works is you just start typing and hitting enter and you get tasks. So I could just be like, hello, and then hit enter, and then they're all tasks. And then you can do more stuff with them later, but it allows you to get stuff in really quickly. It also, if you do... a colon after something, you'll create a category. So like if we go here and we call bugs and we put a colon, we now have a category that we can put stuff underneath. So I'm going to create a section called mobile bugs, mobile only bugs, and so this one would be fog does not render properly on several mobile systems. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a subtask here with each of the ones. Android, we know, has a problem. iOS has a problem, and PlayStation Mobile. I'm putting this so that we can fix them individually in case there's things that don't have a fix globally. We might just end up fixing all these at once, and I'm going to put BlackBerry with a question mark, and I'm going to put Windows Phone with a question mark. I have a feeling that both of those will have the same problem, but we don't know, so I'm going to put a question mark there. So that's one of the big mobile-only bugs. Let's create another section called features. Features we need for release. So better title screen graphics. Better what else? Better title screen graphics, better
difficulty.
Oh yeah, better gameplay, balance / game feel. Better score screen, and let's see, anything else? I'm just going to go with that. Now, we may have stuff that we want. We may not be able to do what we want. We've got 10 episodes remaining, so a lot of this is going to be dependent on time. And the way I'm doing this show is I'm going to be setting things up so that we definitely get a release out there, but what the scope of our project will change based on what time we have left. So features we'd like. Player character sprite, I'm going to call it that, / model / animated thing. What other features would be nice? More obstacle types. More visualization, music visualization hooks.
For mobile bugs, we might also want to mention the turning, the input sound loop. Oh,
was that not working?
Well, we weren't really hearing it on the mobile devices.
I wasn't actually listening for it, but let me check real quick. You are right. It did not sound like we were hearing it, but let me just pull up Make a Game now. Oh, this is our really bad test thing that isn't going to work for that. All right, never mind. We'll look at that again later.
Something to look into,
but yeah, I'll check. So
might already be solved.
Mobile sound, movement sound may not be working. Features we'd like. More music visualization hooks. Let's see, other gameplay stuff. Speed pads. How about score multipliers? How about holes that you have to jump with both buttons or something?
Or ramps or something.
Or maybe ramps.
And lasers and explosions.
Lasers plus explosions. More of them. Alright. So you can see how quickly this works. And what's nice about it is if you have a team, you can invite friends onto your team and they can see all this stuff immediately and all updates in real time. You can also assign bugs to, like, if you had better tile screen graphics, we could go here. You could assign it to a different person and then give it a due date, and it'll show up on their list with a due date. When you go to my tasks, like right now, I don't see any tasks here, and I haven't assigned any to myself, but I could assign. I'm not going to bother with assigning because it's just me. I know these are all mine, but you could assign these to your different team members, and I think you can do it just by this little thing here. You can just say and then type in what you want. In this case, I only have one team member, so it's kind of hard to assign things other than to me. So I could just assign to me, and then if we go to like my tasks, it'll show new tasks, better show score screen, and if we put like a due date on this, like if we said this is due on Friday, it'll sort it by due date, and you get all these cool things. I'm just going to remove that. As I said, we're not worried too much about it. That's part of the reason I'm using Asana, is just so that this thing's easier to work with.
Do they have priority ranks also?
There's tags, so you could create priority tags. And I don't think there's a direct priority system, but there is ways that you can use this as priority. First of all, I think that it automatically prioritizes based on vertical position, but it does that after due date. Due date is always the highest priority sort. So, all right. So, better tile screen graphics, custom music. Actually, just like our own music, we'll call it that. I actually am comfortable with releasing it with Kevin MacLeod's music, but if we had a chance, I would love to show people how to make music using something. There's a lot of different options out there for music. It's just as varied as anything else, but I think it'd be fun. So this is the main stuff. This is all we're promising to do, and then this is the stuff that we would like to do if we have time, and we may have time for some of this, admittedly, because I just want to get this thing I just want to get this thing rolling. We've got 10 episodes left over the next 11 episodes, 12 episodes, somewhere in there, left over the next 4 or 5 days. So and I said if we don't have it done by then, I'll do crunch mode and we'll hit it hard. A lot of those days are going to be spent with the respective publishing stuff. The publishing stuff will take episodes. And so it looks like we have a lot of time to do these things. We do not have a lot of time to do these things.
This is all pretty much in-game stuff. Do we want to mention any of the publishing?
Oh, yeah. Publishing stuff that we need. So let's actually put these out as checkbox. So publish on platforms, Windows Store, Windows Phone Store, Mac Store, iOS App Store, Android Store, Google Play, PlayStation Mobile, publish on platforms, Windows Store, Windows Phone Store, Mac Store, iOS App Store, Google Play, PlayStation Mobile, web, and PC standalone and Mac standalone. Those last ones don't really have publishing involved. It's just builds, but I'm going to put them down here anyway. These ones are the main platforms that we're supporting. Oh, yeah, and BlackBerry, sorry. BlackBerry. All right, so publish on platforms. We need to do that. Features we'd like, features we need for release. If I do that, that doesn't actually move the section, does it? No, it doesn't. There's got to be a way to probably group select. You have to do it. Yeah, that'll do it. I don't actually want to do that. I just wanted to see if we could do it. And now it's horrible.
Just drag publish down. Or can you control Z?
I tried that and it didn't work.
Oh.
I had assumed that I could do that, but I had assumed wrong. There we go, back. All right, so let's see. Publish on platforms. Did I lose something here? It looks like I lost something here. This was BlackBerry. All right, so we need to publish on those platforms. Stuff we need. So
maybe the Control Z
Meta
did work, but it didn't. It worked.
Publishing stuff we need. Screenshots.
Icons.
Icons.
Descriptions.
Description slash metadata. All right. And yeah, so now it looks like we have a whole bunch of work, which we do.
Key signing.
I'm not gonna list that just because it's gonna be so blurred when we start actually doing that. But yeah, I mean, we might start putting individual stuff in each of these sections when we get to the publishing stuff, but I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna need on all of them. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so this is a good way to stay organized. I'm just going to leave this up here in case we come up back to anything else that we want to work on here. And actually, I'm going to look at our stuff that I put on the desktop. Do we need this in there? No. Whoops, that's not what we want. All right, so cool. Yeah, that'll work.
Let's check out the comments.
All right. So page 1 of comments. There's nothing here. What tips do you have for a dev who sucks at project planning? Well, probably not a lot of them because I suck at project planning too. The honest truth is the way you get better at project planning is do more projects. You have to do a bunch of projects blind before you start understanding how long things take. And that's just for yourself. If you were just working by yourself, you will eventually get better at estimating how long things will take as you practice. And things will take less time as you practice too, so you have to keep that in mind. If you're working with other people, good luck. It gets real hard because all of a sudden you have to plan for things based on other people's abilities and your own. And this is the reason why even in the big boys industry, you still have dates that slip. It's because this is tough. Planning projects is tough. We kind of fly by the seat of the pants here on our projects on the show, but that's not the only way to go. You can plan things out much better than we do. This is just a taste of planning, but you're going to need some sort of issue database when you get near the end of a project, especially if it's a complex project or even just like this is a very bare bones simple project that we're doing here. On even a medium-sized project, you're going to need a lot of issue support like this. You're going to need a bug tracking. You're going to need to list everything out because you will run into a lot of issues, and you will run into more issues as you fix issues. It's like pushing bubbles out of a screen protector, where you fix a problem and then it uncovers another set of like 6 problems that were covered by the first problem. So keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and close this. And so let's get back to worky work. So it's too late at night for me to worry about the fog problem, so we're not going to worry about the fog problem right now. I will save that for tomorrow during more sensible hours. Let's work on a title screen graphic. Let's just work on something that we could use that's better than placeholder but might still be placeholder. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a screenshot of the game to use as the background here. What I want to do, though, is I want to take a screenshot that's higher than the resolution that I'm capable of actually displaying here. So to do that, I think there's actually a function in Unity that allows for that. Unity screenshot.
There is. I remember fooling around with it and taking like 40 megapixel
awesome. So
images.
So capture screenshot, and you can do a factor by which to increase the resolution. So let's set our resolution to a specific resolution that I can display on the screen easily. So that actually is a useful resolution. So our targets, I want to do something like Retina Res. So let's do text edit here. Let's plan it out. So iOS Retina Resolution. I've been using Retina Resolution as a good factor to go for like screenshots and stuff, just because it tends to be higher resolution than other things. I'm not sure if it's still the way to go. There may be Android devices that have higher than Retina, so your mileage may vary. I'm going to stick with it on this project just because I'm used to it. And so but I'm not used to it enough that I've memorized it. So we're talking about 2048 by 1536. So this is the actual resolution, and that's a 4:3 resolution. So if we do 2048 divided by 1536, that's 1.33, and if we do 4 divided by 3, that's 1.33. So it's a 4:3 resolution. So I actually want the 16:9 equivalent of this. This is what we're going to use as our basis. It's going to be a ridiculous resolution, and I don't think there's any device that runs on this at this resolution, but it's a good baseline to work with because it's widescreen. Scaling down doesn't cost much on anything, and so we can have art that looks good on any platform from here. So we're going to just plug in 1536. So we're going to do 16 divided by 9 times 1536, and we come up with 2730 and some change. So we're going to do 2730. So 2730 by 1536. So what's a resolution that can get us 1536? I think this is just doubled of, hold on, 1536 divided by 2. That's 768, and 2730 divided by 2 is 1365. So let's do 1365 by... Is that going to work on the screen? So wait, what was I doing here? Okay. Let's just divide it by 4. 15... It probably doesn't divide very well. Divide by 4. 384, that's good. 2730 divided by 4. Close enough. Alright, so we'll do 683 and... Or wait, did we do by 3? By 3. That's even better. Alright. So we're going to do 1/3 this resolution. So 1/3 of the resolution is going to be 910 by 1536. 36 divided by 3 is 512. 512. And this is, of course, reverse. We're actually going to want a 512 by 910 because you have the height and then the width, I think. Or wait, is it width and height? No, it's width and the height. So that's right. Okay. So let's create that ratio. We're going to do a fixed resolution of, I've already forgotten the values, 910 by 512. So 910 by 512. We're going to call this screenshot. Okay. And then we're going to want to expand the window big enough that we can see the whole thing, which probably maximize on play will be sufficient for. Yes, it will. So you can see that there's a border here, so that's a good sign. So what we're going to do now is we're going to write a little screenshotty function. I'm going to create a script called take screenshots. And so we're at take screenshots, and I'm just going to go back to our scripting API stuff here. So capture screenshot, so application.capture screenshot, and you give it a supersize. So perfect. So what we're going to do is in update if, and what's a good key for input.get key down key code. I'm going to do P, key code P. We're just going to hard code it because this is kind of a debug thing anyway. I don't want to have to make a whole input thing just for screenshots. And so if someone types P, we're going to do a screenshot of the screen. So we're going to do application.capture screenshot, and we're going to do the file name will be screenshot, And actually, let's make it so that we can capture more than one screenshot in a single session. So we're going to do private int screen number equals 0. And hit save. So we're going to do screenshot plus screen number dot toString, and actually I've got a better idea. Let's get just the date and time and put it on here or something. Actually, maybe someone's already done the work for us. Unity screenshot date time. Let's just see if someone's already taking screenshots. There we go. So, this is like actually manually doing it. But I'm just going to grab the relevant stuff here.
System.datetime. Oh yeah, they separated it out.
That's
I think
okay. We'll just do it. Yeah, we'll just do.
You can format the whole thing in one call.
All right, system.datetime. Datetime structure. Here, let's see. So we'll just do plus system.datetime.now dot all right, let's see. Date time formatting. So I'll see if we can do this easily. Oh yeah, toString.
Yeah.
There we go. That's super nice. So we can just do .toString and then give it some formatting parameters, which is what is MMMM?
I think capital M's might be or wait, they do.
I think that's probably a mistake.
Is the formatting list on this page?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is... There's a lot of... full name of the month. Okay, I see. We'll just do... I'm just going to grab this one here. This looks pretty good. I don't know what the ZZZ does. What is ZZZ? Hours or minutes offset from UTC. Oh, I see. We don't need that. We'll just do this. This is really all we need. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that in quotes. And so now it should save the screenshot. And we want this to be supersized times 3. So I'm just going to hard code it 3.0f. Or wait, 3, because it's an int. Save. Alright, so, in theory, if we hit play and hit P, and we stop playing, in theory, we should get something somewhere, though it doesn't look like we did. Let's see if it showed up in the root of the folder. Make a game now. Yeah, nothing. We didn't get anything. Oh, probably because I didn't actually attach this script to anything. So let's put this onto our game manager in here, just because we know that it persists between scenes, so this will give us access and everything. So P, opening file failed, because the file or directory does not exist. Okay, it's probably bad to have slashes in there, so we're going to cancel that. That was probably dumb on my part. Let's do it in an actual useful format. So YYMMDD. This way, at least it'll be sorted by date. So let's try that again. All right. So it looked like it did something. Let's see if it actually did do something. We'll go to
There
assets. Oh, it's right in here. Screenshot. All right, getting closer. Let's look at that again. Wait, why did it have all those slashes? Wait, did it work before or something? Because I thought I fixed the slashes. Huh. All right, well, what I want is a screenshot, and then let's do a plus dot PNG. Save. Play. Do it. There we go. Where did the slashes come from? Where did this formatting... Okay, so that's month, day, year. It came from the colons somehow? They turned it into slashes? I'm going to put dots between them so that there's something. Save. Let's see if we got a screenshot. And let's see if it's the resolution that we expect. Looking good. It's big. So if we look at this in properties, I'm just going to get info on it real quick. More info. 2730 by 1536. Exactly the resolution we wanted for our screenshots. So that's a good sign. So let's actually get a shot of the game running. I'm going to just take a couple shots here. And then actually I want to... music started playing twice. That was weird. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into the scene, and I want to play with the camera a little bit. So if we
gonna get an action shot.
Yeah, something like that. Actually, I'm just going to go into... Yeah, we'll hit start game, pause. And let's grab the camera and let's rotate it so this all kind of different and exciting. Alright, let's move it down and kind of look up and then get some roll on this.
Do we want the score and high score showing?
No, we don't. So let's...
we could manually block that out in the screenshot.
Yeah, what we could just do is just turn off the GUI layer. That didn't fix it. Would have thought that would have fixed it. So we'll just... what is it called? It's in... I guess it's Game Manager that's doing that, isn't it? Let's comment that out for right now. So we're going to go Game Manager... and drop the on GUI stuff. I'm just going to comment that out temporarily. Save. And we're going to hit play again. Get in there. Pause. So let's get a cool camera view here. I'm going to rotate it. We're going to bring it down, look up. I'm going to try and get one of those old school type screenshots going. Maybe not that low an angle, honestly. Maybe we should keep it up a little bit. And slide that over. And then let's hit play for a little bit. Get some of these pillars close to us.
Take multiple screenshots too in case the colors aren't good.
Yeah, yeah. So let's go ahead and start taking screenshots. And actually, are these screenshots including things that we don't want, like those gizmos? Let's find out. Nope, it's not, so that's cool. I would say one of these will probably work for us. What colors do you like best? That one, that one, that one, or that one?
Go back one? I kind of like that one.
Alright, you like the purple? Alright, let's do it.
The
That's
blue
got
has
the
no,
this has got the CGA look to it.
the blue has no shading on it because they were all fogged.
Oh, that's right. All right, so let's start with that. So this is going to be our title screen shot, and I'm going to open this up in GIMP, one of the GIMPs. And let's see what we got here. So we've got this. Oh, something I didn't test. We should probably check to see how this looks cropped to 4:3. Let's find out if we go to 4:3 here. That'll still work. Good. So, so here we go. And I'm just gonna add like some pizzazz to this if I've got some in this thing. So what do we have for filters? We've got blurs. This will probably help. We can do a motion blur. And let's look at, say, our cube, for example. Let's do a radial. That's way too much blur. Okay, so the blur center in this case, can I actually set the blur center by clicking here or something? Nope, that's just painting. So do I have to find it out first or something? I'm just going to see what this does because I'm just curious if I hit OK, how this looks. Oh wow, that takes some CPU. Takes a lot of CPU.
It is a big image.
I'm just so used to things being fast.
I'm hoping this one looks good.
Yeah, I'm thinking that it's not going to.
Comments?
Yeah, let's check our comments. Refresh. Do you have a friend who is good at that? Thanks for the tips. I was wondering if you would consider an episode covering monetization. Well, I mean, we're going to be covering selling things, but also we'll be discussing how to trademark the title of your game. Go to the US trademark thing and trademark it. Put the TM on it immediately because you don't have to register for that. Register your trademark as soon as your registration goes through. Switch it to an R. That's all there is to it. There's some money involved. You might want to talk to a trademark lawyer as well. You want to search the database ahead of time. I'm not going to cover that on the show because, quite frankly, I think trademark is pretty sad. I actually am not a huge fan of trademark. I'm not a huge fan of copyright much anymore because it's kind of gotten pretty busted over the years. Namely, the fact that it doesn't expire ever in your lifetime. And I am really not a fan of software patents. I'm okay with regular patents, but even that's gotten kind of ridiculous. But yeah, if you want to trademark it, just go to the U.S. Trademark stuff. They have the information for you. They want your money. So definitely do a search first. Make sure that you're not going to be clashing with someone else. But they usually check for that too during your application. So there's our blurred thing, and it doesn't look great. But so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to find out where our cube is and make it the center of the blur and see how that actually looks. So we're going to go, 1750. So we're talking, it says in the corner there. It says, so it says right here, 1845 by 1017. 1845 by 1017. 1845 by 1017. So we're going to undo that. Blur. Oh, I didn't want to blur it. Motion blur. 1825. 1845 by 1017.
Yeah.
17. Let's see how that looks on the cube. If I can find the cube. Actually, let's try a zoom blur.
the angle?
Yeah, let's just make the angle like 5 degrees or something. Let's try to zoom, and let's make the length like 50. Let's try 20, and I'm just going to hit OK and see what we get on this one. And, yeah. Maybe, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop. This is going to be faster.
Save a smaller
Yeah,
version
we're
of
just
the
going
image
to
and then blur it out.
resize the thing first. Save a copy. We're going to call this small. And put it on the desktop. Save. And what we're going to do is image size, scale image. We'll make it, let's see, 500. Cancel. Oh. So it was linked, it just didn't look like it was linked. So let's bring it down to 1024 and something. Actually, let's make it even lower. Let's just make it real small. 640 by whatever that gives us. Scale. And now we can do our blur filters and see what we get. So filters, recently used motion blur. Oh yeah, we need new pixel locations. So that would be
33%. Maybe we should zoom in since it's smaller now to
Yeah.
a normal size.
This is the actual size, and we're looking at 430 by 230. 430 by 230, 230. We'll see how that actually looks first. Much faster. That's too aggressive. Let's do an angle of 5 and hit OK. That might work. Let's undo it again, though, and let's see what else we got. So if we do, like, linear, and we do... Oh, linear doesn't allow us to set the position. Alright, let's actually make this, like, 50, 40, 30, 10... This is also probably in pixels, so we may have to readjust this if we make it bigger again. Let's do 10, and let's change the blurring so that... Yeah, I don't really like how that looks. Motion blur, let's try the zoom. This one gives us our center again, and let's make this... That's too much. Just try 50. So what do you think? Do you like that one, or do you like the kind of twisty one? We're going to be showing this in the background for the title screen and the and possibly the score screen.
I like this one.
All right. Cool. So let's see what our settings were. So it was 50 blur outward and zoom, and then we will have to recenter it somewhere else. So I'm going to undo until we get to our big size again, and we're going to run motion blur again, except for this time we need our old values, which I don't remember.
1845 and 910.
Let's do... Should we do it based on... I want it centered somewhere. So 1825 by 1034. 1825 by 1034. 1825 by 1034. And if we go down to our cube, okay, it looks like it will still work like this. So I'm just going to hit OK, and we're just going to let it crunch. So while that's crunching, let's see what's going on. So yeah, we'll not be discussing trademark, and I guess there's not that many people watching right now, which is fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
How are we doing for power percentage?
I don't want to look. So one trick with this resolution is it's actually a bigger resolution than we can actually display in game on mobile at the very least, because the texture resolution is 1730 or 2730, and 2048 is the highest you can go on most mobile platforms. So we will probably just be displaying this as two separate images on the screen itself if we want to maintain the full visual fidelity. What I'm probably going to be doing instead for tonight, at the very least, is just having it resize it to a lower size, to something that fits in 2048. And we'll see how it actually does on that. We'll find out how good it looks. It's not going to look great on lower resolution, on the higher resolution stuff, but for right now it'll work for tonight's purposes. Though I probably will split that out at some point. And actually, let's go ahead and add that to our list of things that we'd like to do. Features we'd like: full resolution
menu backgrounds,
split quads. That's what I'm going to call it. And so this thing is almost done crunching. At least you can kind of work with GIMP while it's doing that, although I'm not sure what it'll do if you modify it while it's crunching on it.
Maybe we should zoom out now that we're back at the
Alright, so we're going to zoom out. There's our screenshot, and here's the actual pixels. So cool, we've got something that kind of works. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. Sure, save. Wait, no. Desktop, save. And we're going to now export as a PNG, and we'll just save that to the desktop as well. Sure, all that's great. And then now we can close this, quit GIMP. I'm going to stop playing, and we're going to grab our title screen.png and put it into textures. And then what we want to do is, so first of all, I'm just curious, out of curiosity, if there's a camera mode that actually just does a texture. No, it doesn't. Alright, so that's fine. We will just create a quad, and I'm going to go into the scene so we can see where this quad actually ended up. Where did it end up? Oh, 495. That's not very useful. Let's find our quad again, now that it's closer to the actual screen. And what we're going to want to do is, what is the camera size right now? I guess we can just eyeball this. So let's put the title screen picture on here, and let's just start stretching this thing out. So I'm gonna make it 16 by 9 for right now, because we know that's the right aspect ratio at the very least, but it's not enough to actually cover the whole screen. So so let's what should I be doing? So let's what do we do for the camera on here? Do we have it as a... Okay, as a perspective camera. That makes sense because we have the buttons kind of coming out. I'm going to move the quad back so it's definitely in the back. So we'll do like -5. And then I'm just going to call this background. And because I don't like to mess with math if I don't have to, I'm going to give it a parent. And this parent is going to, we're going to scale it up until we have the edges covered nicely. So if I could just do, actually I'll just do the scaling from here. I'm going to bring in the game view here, and we're just going to grab the center piece here and scale it until it matches pretty well. So it looks like 0.92 will do it. Will 0.9 do it? 1.9 may be enough. No, it's not. 1.92. It may even need a little bit more. We'll find out. So now if we go back into the game, and I'm just going to make it so that it's 16:9 aspect, and we hit play. So there's black edges on just the left and right of the screen, so I'm actually going to bump it up one more. We're just going to go 119.3 and call it good. And hit play. So you can see already that there's some pixelation and stuff going on. That's because we're converting from this background here to 1024. We can actually get away with 2048. So I'm going to hit apply. And that should end up looking better here once it's done importing. Assuming that we don't crash. Or that something else isn't happening. Alright, it didn't really look better after doing that, but... And then this is also a non-power of 2. Like if we go to advanced, you'll see that we're automatically changing it to nearest for the non-power of 2, which is probably appropriate. So yeah, it's doing a 2048 by 2048 texture here. Still seems worse than usual. So let's actually change the compression. Let's make it so that it's just true color, see if that's affecting it. Apply. Oh, way better. Okay, so that compression was killing us, probably because it was a non-power of 2. So that looks pretty good. Certainly better than not having a title screen. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. We're going to call this background. We're going to call this background 16:9. And so what's nice is if we hit play and we are not in a 16:9, if we go to 4:3, it will just crop the edges. So that's perfect. And we'll just grab this screenshot for now and put it into the paste it into position on the high score screen as well. So we're going to save that. We're going to paste this in. And for some reason, oh, it's probably because the main camera is 1 up on here. Great. So that means if we move it down, that'll fix that, but everything else will move up. So the best way to solve that is to put all these things into a empty game object. So we're just going to create we're going to take the camera, and we're going to take all of these stupid score things and the high score title and the back button. We're going to put them in the game object, and we're going to move the whole game object down -1. There. And then we will, I don't know why there's that white edge there, but we'll grab all this and put it back. And get rid of this empty game object and hit play. There we go. It's looking good. So, I'm going to go ahead and save scene, save project. We'll submit our changes. We're going to go to, what is it called? Source tree. Go to make a game now. And I'm going to put everything except our screenshots in there. So we're going to grab all this stuff. The title screen dot... Oh, wait. So this one is the one that's actually in the just directory. I'm not going to worry about these ones. We just want the ones that are within our thing here. I just don't want to check in a whole bunch of files that have actual size to them when we don't really need them. Basic title screen background and score screen. Commit. And I'm going to call that a wrap for tonight. So quit this stuff while that's going, and let's go ahead and do the thingy. So thanks for joining us tonight. If you have any questions, please email me, pushypixels@pushypixels.com. You can also tweet me at Dracfire. Go ahead and give Phil a good luck, heartwarming tweet because of his broken arm, and support the Kickstarter. And thank you guys very much. You have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. PDT.
See you guys tomorrow. And check out unity.rocks.
Yes, check out unity.rocks. It actually just goes to this site, but...
oh, ruined the surprise.
Oh, I'm sorry. And it's not .rocks.com, it's just unity.rocks. That's a web address these days, evidently. That's kind of exciting, isn't it?